I'd rather listen to Gary Neville, that's won multiple leagues and been in title run-ins and knows what he's talking about, than Jamie Carragher that hasn't won a Premier League. So when you're talking about them two and talk about Premier League, let's listen to Gary. You know what I mean? Because he knows what he's talking about. I was driving home when they were getting beat 2-0 from the game, and my son went, Arsenal getting beat 2-0. First word out of my mouth was, they'll win 3-2. It's Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? It's Bournemouth. And the best bit was, the Arsenal fans are all outside saying, Manchester City are not built like us. They're different. We are different. Hold on a minute. We've been doing this for a decade, winning league titles in the last minute from 2 goals behind. So winning 3-2 against Bournemouth in a game that you're supposed to win, that everybody else had already put down on the coupon as a home win, nobody's asked. If you want to paper over the cracks and say, we came back and we won it, that's great, fine. You won it last minute, but it's a game you're supposed to win. Fair play to you. But if you take a look at the last 10 games or so, they lost to Everton, drew to Brentford, they've been beat off City twice, yeah? Aston Villa, off the crossbar, hit the goalkeeper on the head and went in the last minute. And then the last minute against Bournemouth, went 2-0 down. It ain't all rosy in the garden. This is why I said outside the Emirates, when they were all outside the Emirates in front of me saying, we've lost the league, Steve, you're going to get us now, we shit it and all this. That's what they were saying. In real life, they were saying that. So all this confidence in front of the cameras and behind, you know, in the bedroom, on the internet, it's not real confidence, it's fake. That's why I said there's a big blue shark behind you in the water. And it's not even got going yet. The pressure's not even started yet. The last 10 games haven't even kicked in. And they're already going on about mentality monsters, you know, inevitables and all this bullshit. That's why the City fans are just calm, Terry. We're relaxed. We've been in this the last 5 seasons. It is what it is. We just do our job. Let them do their job. But if they want to look at their run and think, oh yeah, we came back from 2 at Villa and we came back against Bournemouth at home. You should never be 2-0 down to Bournemouth at home. It should have been 3. If they're up against Brighton at home and Brighton go 2-0 up, they ain't coming back from that. Fulham, they ain't coming back from that. It's Bournemouth. We already hit them for 4 the week before. But listen, I get the confidence. It's fake confidence. It's fragile. They're all very, very fragile, that lot. They're all gassed up and talking. When people start running their mouth after games, say Man City haven't got what they've got. Well, Man City have, because we're the champions. We got gold badges on our shirts for a reason, because we won the league last year, the 4th out of 5. So they need to less run in the mouth, get on with their games. We'll get on with our games. And like you say, at the end of May, we'll see who's winning the title.
Listen, I understand that take. I think what you're saying about Gary Neville, I don't really have a problem, said it on all my videos about him, with what Gary Neville's opinion is. I just find Gary Neville's lack of credit that he gives. It's almost he very quickly rushes over how much Arsenal have improved and the positive sides. I don't necessarily think coming from behind is a bad thing, or winning games in the last minute is a bad thing. I've seen City do it in
No, it's great.
years.
It's great. But don't go on as if you're the only team in the world that's done that, because you're not. You know what I mean? We've seen it. Whatever, but it means nothing until you get to that last game and then you win that league. You know, all this talk and everything that's going on now means nothing. I've seen it all before. Seen Liverpool fans talk the talk. I've seen Liverpool players talk the talk. I've seen us have to win 14 games on the spin and go and do that and win the league. So we can walk the walk. We've been there. We've got the T-shirt. So I know what my team's capable of. They don't know what their team's capable of. This is new water for them. They're just going with the flow. They're living on their emotions right now. It's an emotional football club built on a pack of cards. And let me tell you, they're only one serious slapping away from it all falling in. And then they'll go back to, yeah, well, we knew we wouldn't win it anyway because, you know, Man City got it in, you know, and all that. That's what I'm saying with them. They're a bit of an insecure bunch. And they're all going mad in the chat, but I don't give a shit. I've been there at your stadium when we slapped you 3-1 the other week. As soon as I mentioned the shark, everyone got Jaws music in red and they all fucked off home for a kebab. While I went back to the hotel celebrating, because they know what's coming, innit? They know there's a shark coming. I've told them.
And you're still, I mean, I know that a few weeks ago you weren't overly confident about pipping Arsenal, but obviously you dropped those points to Nottingham Forest. Do you not feel, are you still supremely confident then? You feel like Arsenal will lose a game at some point in this run-in and will crumble 100%. From there? The pack of cards are going to do it. Where do you think that will come, Steve?
No, listen, Arsenal are doing well. I'm not. I was the one that told everybody to keep Arteta. I told them that he's made great signings. I'm not saying that. Not saying Arsenal aren't where they are. All I'm saying is they need to concentrate what they're doing. We need to do what we're doing. And I can guarantee there's a lot more twists and turns coming because the pressure's not even cranked up yet. The last 10 games is where it's horrible, where you can't draw. The games are running tight at the end and little margins and this sort of move. And all I'm saying is we're playing well at the minute. I'm getting that feeling back. I told you about the feeling. I didn't have it, but I've now got it. I've got that feeling where, yeah, something's happening and we're moving in the right direction. I just hope they've got the same feeling and they can keep the pressure up. All I'm saying is don't slip.
Don't slip. Why do you think, like from your perspective, you say Arsenal fans are fragile. Why do you think they're fragile?
Because they're up and down more than the jack in the box. 1 minute it was all confidence, we're going to win the league. And then outside the Emirates that night, after they got beat, they were all there saying, we're not going to win it now, Steve, and we haven't got the legs, and this, that, and the other, and Eddie Nketiah is this, and we need this back and all that. So they can say what they want on here, and they can type what they want. I've seen it with my own eyes. I speak to the lads down there. We did a show at AFTV on the day of the game, and watch it. There's no chest. There's no chest there. It's all if, buts, and maybes, where as soon as they win a game, they're off, swinging off the rafters saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And as soon as they get a bit of a wobble, it's all, well, we're not expected to win the league. We're Arsenal and he's done really well. They wanted him out 12 months ago. They were all outside there wanting him out. So some of them wouldn't even sing his name in the stadium. So let's not all pretend it's always been the Arteta train. There's a lot of them jumped on that train this season because they know it's going in the right direction. You know what I mean? But time will tell, innit? Last 10 games, time will tell.
It certainly will. There's a super chat here, obviously for you, Steve. It says, how long have City been top of the league this season?
Well, we haven't been top of the league. But what does that matter? You can be second till the last game of the season and then win it. But then it doesn't matter. This is another Arsenal theory, innit? They'd rather be top of the league all season. City steal it last day of the season, win the league, but they'll go round telling everyone they've been top of the league all season. We played well FC, innit? That's it. They get beat. They're the only team that can get beat and try and spin that into a positive. When we beat them in the FA Cup, yeah, but you had so many changes. All right, then. Well, we're coming to the Emirates in a few weeks. We'll see. We came to the Emirates and slapped them up. Your first team in your own ground, yeah? Disco lights going and all that bullshit. Didn't happen. Outside the ground, you're all crying. And then all of a sudden now, do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird bunch, man. Like I said, last 10 games, we'll see.
Well, Carl here, one of our members, says, so snatch and grab, what a way to win the league. Baby Shark, he called you.
100%. Do our job, get to the business end of the season. Anyone slips, take advantage of it, win the league. Best way to do it.
This is Tiger says, I smell fear, Steve. He says you're scared of Arsenal.
No, the fear is having to win 14 games on the bounce against a Liverpool team that are far better than you. That is a fear, because that's when you're really thinking, have we got the minerals to do it? And we've done it. Nobody at Man City fears Arsenal. Look at the Man City content creators. Can you see any of them that are asked? Is anyone worried about it? No, we're just letting our team do its thing. We know what our team are doing. We're not dancing around outside the stadiums. We're not 1 minute we're up, 1 minute we're down. We're pretty level-headed and calm. We're consistent because we know we're coming into the title race, the proper race. So as long as we do our job, we'll be all right.
This here says, I'm sending bitterness from City fans recently. I think you mean sensing bitterness. Do you feel bitter, Steve? Do you feel bitter?
No, it's confidence. It's not bitterness, it's confidence. I'm confident in my team. Just won 4 out of the last 5 Prems. So what kind of a City fan would I be that I wouldn't be confident going up against an Arsenal team that's not won a Prem in how many years? So I'm confident. Don't take that for arrogance. Don't take it for cockiness. It's confidence. I'm a confident City fan. I always have been. I go every game, home, away, week in, week out. I'm entitled to it. You know what I mean? I've been in the shit. Now I'm living the best life. I'm giving you my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, don't listen to it. But at the end of the season, we'll see then.
Do you think that, see, for me, like, I have no issue with people, and why would I? Who the hell am I to have it? I don't have an issue with anyone that thinks City are winning the league. I don't think it's a bad take. I don't think City fans that are confident are wrong to be confident. My only real issue has been the discrediting of Arsenal. And you're not, the irony is you're not doing that. You're not saying Arsenal are crap. You're not saying Arsenal.
No, listen, I'm giving 100% respect to Arsenal for being in this title race. The points total they've got now is unbelievable. They fully deserve it. They deserve it. And there's nobody more who's been more praising of Arsenal than me. And the real Arsenal fans know that. They'll tell you that. I've always backed Arsenal because I could see what they were doing. But all I'm saying is, stop all this nonsense about people being scared and people being rattled and that. They're not. We're doing our own thing on the blue side of Manchester, what we do all the time. We do what we do. We're coming for you. You just do what you're doing and make sure you get over the line. That's why I'm saying don't slip, because if you slip, we'll be on you.
The shark or jaws will be there for you. Mike here says, what do you feel about the narrative that Arsenal are only top because City fell off? I saw a stat that Arsenal have equaled City's best points tally in the last 5 seasons after 26 games, 63 points. That's from a United fan. Do you think...
Arsenal sound. City haven't fell off. Yeah, we've not been as ruthless, but you can't take away anything from Arsenal. They're top on merit.